Hello, it is Tuesday at the 5 o'clock hour. A little early today, but it is one of those Jews for Jesus kind of days. That'll make sense in just a minute. So Rob Morales live here on a Tuesday, not our normal day, but we're here live anyway because that's what we do. We're always exploring and trying new things. So on a Tuesday at the 5 o'clock hour is a new show, hopefully, maybe. I don't know. We'll find out. But with my guest today, I do have a esthetician on board. The wonderful, the beautiful, the slightly overdressed for a radio show, Miss Miriam Chavez. There she is, everybody. You can say hi.
Hi, everybody.
That's all you got?
Overdressed. Yeah.
That's all you got?
I guess I am a little overdressed.
Well, it is a radio show. Well, with video.
With video.
Yeah,
I figured better be safe than sorry.
You do look good,
Right.
though.
Thank
I will
you.
say you look very beautiful today. So I'm glad you
thank
dressed
you.
up.
Thank you.
You know, did you wear black on purpose, or is that?
I think black is the way to go. It's classy. You can't go wrong with it, and it makes
really?
you look slimmer.
Did you dress up for me?
Maybe.
Did you dress up for me?
I'll never know. You'll never know.
Yeah? Really? Hi.
Hi.
Anyway, so we're here on a Tuesday talking about just different things about esthetician work. We have Miriam here exploring, like I said, a new show. She is a new business owner. She did your previous life. You did home loans, right?
Mm-hmm.
Mortgage loan. Yeah, you might be dabbling in that a little bit today, but we're not talking about that in this show. There is a new venture you're taking. And what does that mean? Tell everybody.
Yeah, it's a new anti-aging venture. I want to be able to help women reverse aging, get rid of wrinkles, feel good in their skin.
What about men?
Well, yeah, some guys too, but don't men look better with wrinkles on their face? Isn't that just...
No, look at this shit. Look how bad this is. Look at I woke up at 5:30 today.
When
No?
I see Robert...
Yeah. Talk about me.
What's his name?
No, go ahead.
Robert
Tell
Iron
me.
Man.
Oh, that
Robert Downey
Never mind.
Jr. Oh my gosh. He's
RDJ.
just gets sexier as he ages, but you see what? Madonna? She's not sexy anymore. She's just overdone, unfortunately.
Maybe a little bit.
Yeah.
You know,
She looks like Catwoman at this point.
that is so rough of you.
Well, that's why I'm doing this kind of treatment, right? Because we want to avoid fillers, because that does give you the too much fat in your face, where you begin to look not like yourself. And with this treatment, it just regenerates collagen, and it begins to reverse the signs of aging. So you avoid Botox and fillers much better.
You know, doing photography work, you know, I think it's sometimes just easier to have the photographer do that if they're a good photographer.
Right, but if you have to look at yourself in the mirror every single day.
Yeah, but I don't walk around with a mirror in front of my face.
Right, but for women, I mean.
No.
We want to be happy with what we see in the mirror. Less wrinkles.
Do you think it really goes back to a cultural thing where you, you know, okay. Do you have a daughter by chance or any kids?
No, but I have nieces.
So like from a very young age, we kind of put girls on a pedestal, right? Mm-hmm. You know, they got to have the pretty shoes and like age like 2 days, right? They got to have the pretty shoes with the dress on, the little binky thing. You know, from day one, you put girls on a pedestal essentially. You know, and every day since then, you know, it becomes like this normative thing to kind of objectify women. You know, and from other women, even, you know, and I think sometimes women are the harshest critics against other women. Like Madonna, for instance, somebody made some comments about Madonna, like very harshly. You know, I'm sure she's a wonderful woman with millions of dollars that could fix whatever she needs to. But don't you think so? I mean,
no, I totally agree. But there's also, now that we are in the age that we're in, there's also better ways to age gracefully. You know, and these are just coming up now, you know, certain things that you can do and then avoid filler and Botox and the stuff that kind of changes your appearance, you know, make you enhance your own beauty, just kind of reverse like 10 years off of it without surgery.
Well, did I tell you I had my own surgery at one point?
No, you didn't.
So,
yes, you did.
Yeah.
Yes.
I had my boobs sucked out. My tummy was sucked out. I did a liposuction, and then I had my flank sucked out. And I would say, you know, one of the most kind of scary experiences, you know, only because you are doing it electively, not because you have to do it, and you're doing it more for vanity than anything else. And you know, it was one of the better experiences I had in my life, you know, where I came out of that, you know, 2 weeks later feeling a lot better about the way I looked, the way I felt. And it was more kind of a morphing into feeling more confident within myself. And I will say there is something, you know, physically that kind of connects back to the emotional sense of who we are. Mm-hmm. And the hard part, I think, for women, I think it's because of the culture. It's indoctrinated in your head, like I said, from day one. You put these little girls on a pedestal from day one, you know. And so from then on, it's hard for women, I think, to age gracefully. I think that's and not age gracefully and physically, but emotionally.
And
you know,
accept it.
And accept it.
Yeah, because
you were talking about being how old are you?
41.
How do you feel about that?
You know, it's society that makes me feel a certain way. How do I feel 41? Absolutely not. You know, I do everything in my power to feel younger, in my body to feel younger too, like exercise.
Aren't you on a 90-day challenge?
I'm on a 30-day challenge. No alcohol.
I offered her a shot of whiskey because she was nervous to be on today. And she's like, I'm on this 30-day challenge. But if my partner lets me off, I will have it.
Yeah, they didn't let me off. They're like, you lose if and I don't.
You have money on the line? Is that?
We do. We have money on the line.
How much you get?
We have 1,000.
Oh,
the winner gets 1,000.
I'll give you 10,000. Here you go.
Ooh, thank you. Hey,
here's 10 grand.
Ooh.
Anyway, just give me that.
Is that real 10 grand?
No, but it's play money. So no, I mean the idea of beauty and everything that you're doing, you really, I think, from what our conversations have been, it's wanting to help women really discover themselves or feel that sense of confidence the same way I did, you know. And it wasn't until I actually did something physical that my emotional state started coming. I remember, like when I was younger, one of the things I did when I was a little bit heavier, I weighed at like 310 at my heaviest. Is that I constantly had to pull my shirt out and untuck myself because I was always, the folds were kind of like falling into like the chair. And I remember that feeling of like, oh, you know, and it was just almost unconscious that I was pulling it out. But since I had that surgery, I didn't have to do that anymore. You know, I don't have that need to kind of untuck anymore because it's like, well, it's kind of not there anymore.
No, and that's the thing though about depending on when you do a surgery, is it really going to make you feel better? In your case, it did. You know, I have known several people who have done surgery trying to fix something outside of themselves when they're trying to internally fix something, and it's never enough. They go on to the next surgery. No, it didn't, you know, they did this wrong, this and that, so they go on to the next surgery, trying to find themselves by their exterior, but really they need to heal inside, you know, because no surgery is going to heal that. But in your case, you know, that's great that it helped you.
Yeah, I didn't have enough money for the penis enlargement, but I ran short of that. But I'm glad I did the flanks and everything else.
I didn't know they do those. Do they really?
I don't know. I didn't really. That was a joke.
Oh.
Right? Does size matter? Does it really matter? Well, I guess. Yeah. I mean, too small.
I would say yes. I would say yes.
Well, you would say yes.
I would say yes.
Well, you are a D. So we did a personality assessment. Miriam ended up being a D. So she's very attuned to achievement. So, and I think, you know, my personal assessment is that her man has to be girthy. Look at what I achieved.
Well,
no?
There's no man right now, so.
Oh, dang.
Yeah.
Oh. Hi, how are you, Miriam? And it's Robert. How's it going? Hey. Not RDJ, but I'm Robert. Anyway. No, so we're talking about beauty and stuff, and what as an entrepreneur, you know, one of the things we talked about since you brought up is relationships is that you're more career focused, and do you feel like having a relationship is a distraction? Is that kind of like gets in the way?
I feel like, to be perfectly honest.
Oh shit! Here we go.
Having a relationship would be, I feel, a headache, and it would age me drastically. I mean.
How would it age you?
Because you'd never have peace of mind. I've seen.
Are you stressing? Is that the stress wrinkle?
Yeah, I think that right now it's really
I don't see any wrinkles.
Hard to find. Yeah, it's my plasma fibroblast. You know, I do it on myself. That's kind of awkward, you know. But anyways.
Yeah. Oh boy.
Yeah, I am definitely career focused. Not open to relationships, romantic relationships. I feel maybe like a friendship.
Romantic relation means sexual, so you're not open to sexual relationships, but you'll have a friend?
Yeah, I'll have a friend.
With benefits?
No benefits. No benefits. No.
Is it scary to be in a relationship? Is that why you're kind of avoiding it?
I had a really bad taste in my mouth years ago.
Well, it depends on the guy you were seeing.
What
were you doing?
I was just really stressed out. I never had peace or anything like that. And I love my life the way it is now. I can go to the movie theater by myself. I can go have breakfast by myself. It's very, very peaceful. And I don't have to worry about games, cheating. I'm just very at peace.
Maybe you're picking the wrong guys. I mean, I'm just pointing out there.
Is there? I'm so sorry. So
like Miriam is a very dominant person. So we've had discussions, before. Or I think she has to let that dominance kind of subside a little bit, in order to be a little bit vulnerable. Because most men, I would say, I appreciate the kind of sense of subservience. That kind of like a woman is like fulfilling the ego without kind of like doting. I don't know how to explain it. It's kind of like putting me on a pedestal, like, hey, this person's helping me, and I will go tooth and nails for the person that does that to me. You know what I mean? But so many women, are challenging men, and men are just, kind of, I think, on a weak level.
Like, do you mean submissive?
I guess in a way, yeah.
Okay.
But not necessarily in a submissive sense where like you're weaker.
Right.
Just like you offer deference, if that makes sense.
Makes sense.
Like when you pass somebody in a road, you kind of nod. That's offering deference. Like, hey, you're not above me, you're not below me. You're acknowledging the other person in the room and giving that sense of reverence to another being in your life. That sense of service, and that sense of service is not necessarily equal because it's different in different ways you do it. Mm-hmm. So I mean, in that regard.
Yeah.
So, and I know that's a little bit harder for you to do.
Well, I just haven't done it in a long time. It's just
relationship or the sex part?
I haven't exercised either. I haven't exercised.
There we go. Just kidding. Anyway.
I'm about to become a nun. I'm pretty.
But you are wearing black. She is wearing black, everybody.
I'm pretty close to just turning myself into a convent and just devoting myself to God. If this entrepreneurship doesn't work,
so
I'm just kidding. It's gonna work.
God's the man in your life, but I mean that makes sense when you don't have that. And I guess I won't get into it because we're talking about beauty. We're talking about the business part of that. But you said it stresses you out to be in a relationship, and I don't get that part. And maybe you're choosing or being involved in the wrong person, but that's also an exploration of yourself. And so that's what I think what ties back to beauty is that if you're not comfortable and confident within yourself, you're going to find people who are not comfortable and confident within themselves. And then hence the turmoil, hence the stress, and hence the age, right?
I think I've just been out of the loop for so long.
Maybe you just need to get laid. Maybe that's the real thing.
No, I think
See how she's smiling? She's
like,
no.
No,
She's thinking about it.
I just don't know. When do you call? When should they respond? What should I text right away? I with these games, I just can't do them anymore.
Well, do you think? Okay, so let me pose a question. Do you think people are playing games with you because you're playing games in reverse? Because there's no game to play if there's not two willing participants. If there's not one person playing a game, you never really enter into the game in the first place. So do you think there's some stuff in your own mind relating back to beauty, because that's what we're talking about? Is there stuff in your own mind that you haven't really conquered or satisfied that you kind of find yourself in these games?
Maybe. I need
Did
to
I hit
definitely.
Something? Did I hit something?
Maybe. I mean, I haven't really explored that area. Yeah. I've been too focused trying to build this business and the transition from mortgages to this. Yeah. I haven't had time to explore that, but I should, because when you told me about the intimacy part, I was exploring that. I was thinking about it very, very much. Well,
and because you're career driven, and I think, and this is my reflection, based on our conversations, you're so career driven that you really haven't given the time for really focusing on yourself. Because I asked you very simply, what is something that's been on your mind outside of your career? And it was so hard for you to even think about that.
Yeah.
And your career is beauty. Your career is this projection of beauty, right? And you constantly have to be on your game. So, you got to get the heels on. You got to have the nails done. You got to have the hair. Like there were several sessions of hair combing just before the show.
Yeah.
I mean, you have to be on stage, and I get it, because in the beauty industry, you have to always be that way, because then people will pick you apart, every little thing. You know, just like Madonna. It's like, oh, you know, did you see it? Mira, look, look back. Oh, no, she's not pretty anymore.
Well, I think, I know. People prejudge. That's a fact. Yeah. If you go to a hairstylist and you want to look and feel beautiful, you expect your hairstylist to have nice hair. You know, I do. If I go to an esthetician, if someone's educating me on skincare and beauty, I want to see that they transcend that as well. So for me, being in the beauty industry, even not being in the beauty industry, this is just who I am. I've been taking care of myself and my skin and everything since I was 23 years old. Yeah. So this is just me, you know, trying to look perfect, and just me.
Do you think there'll ever be a time where you won't be perfect anymore? Do you think there'll be a time where you just kind of like throw in the towel?
Throw in the towel, like stop working out, start eating a bunch of chips and ice cream.
I will say, like, up until my grandma died at like 92, you know, and towards the end, you know, she would still kind of like, I'd still see her. She's in bed, you know, kind of like in a nightgown or a hospital gown, whatever. And she sees me, and then she's kind of doing this, you know, fixing her hair and trying to find the lipstick to kind of like perk herself up. And I mean, to me, she's just grandma, you know, but that sense of like that projection remains with you no matter how old you get, you know, and if you don't, I believe, this is me, if you don't conquer those demons in your head, the things that kind of put you down, you'll fall into them later on. It's that sense of ego, you know, it's that true sense of like, I have to always be my best, even at my worst, you know, and allowing that to let go. I don't know. You know, is there? Can you find that in beauty? Can you help somebody externally address the things internally? I mean, I found that. I mean, but that was a lot of self-discovery, and people don't necessarily take the time to do that.
I think maybe when you talk about your story to another person, and then you see how much you can relate. I had someone reach out to me on LinkedIn, and it was yesterday. My post really inspired her. She was an underwriter for 20 years. Yeah. Just recently got let go. She saw my post, how I pivoted into the beauty industry, being a mortgage loan officer, and that just totally, we connected. I feel that if you are able to relate with your clients and tell them a part of your testimony, they can learn to start feeling better about themselves. Oh, I never thought about it that way. Like I was telling her. Yeah. She's like, I've been thinking about doing it for the last 6 months. I'm like, you've been thinking about it. Just do it. Just do it. If you fail, you fail. But at least you're just doing it, putting action to that, that idea. You're just not thinking about it. So I told her exactly what I did. I'm like, I just went and did it. I immediately put action to it. Do I want to succeed? Obviously. You know, who doesn't want to succeed? Is it hard? Absolutely. Every single day. It's like, I'm a winner. Oh, the following day, I'm not a winner. You know, but she's like, oh, you're right. It's painful not to do it because I've been thinking about it for 6 months. So hopefully she does it. So we were able to connect. Yeah. Right. So that's the same thing that I want to do in the beauty industry. You know, I've had some people reach out. They're like, I can't believe you're 41. Well, you know what? Do everything to me.
It's because you're Mexican.
Is it?
Are you Mexican?
I am Mexican. My family is from Chihuahua.
The browner you are, the more tight the skin is? Right?
Well, melanin helps with that. Absolutely. So, you know, the fairer you are, the more work that you have to do.
So do you think it's unfair to like somebody who's like pale skinned or versus dark skinned?
Is it unfair?
Well, unfair in life. You're a Christian woman. These are the things you need to talk to him about.
not, right? No, not unfair at all. No.
Just some people have to work at it harder.
Yeah, so. That's it. Lifestyle changes, I suppose.
That's fair enough.
Yeah.
So we're talking to Miriam Chavez today about skincare and being ageless. I'm going to go and point out her stuff real quick here. What are we talking about today? Let's see. We'll go to Insta. How about Instagram?
All right, let's do Instagram.
So if you like what you're hearing, leave any comments or questions there on the chat, or chime in wherever you're at if you're on YouTube. Ageless _ BYMC. So you just did something recently with Scarlett Johansson. Is this what you?
Yeah, Marvel.
Oh. No, this is just a post.
No, it's just a post.
So you are an esthetician here in Scottsdale, Phoenix?
No, I'm certified to do plasma fibroblast. Esthetician, I did go to school, but...
Is that what this is?
Yes.
It's like needle stuff?
It's not a needle.
It looks painful.
No, well, don't worry. I numb you. You won't feel a thing. I numb the area. It is
Hello, yes. Let's talk about numbing the area one more time. You want to say that slowly as we...
So we just numb you for like 45 minutes.
Yeah.
And then
So you numb the area that you're treating, and in this case, so the woman that on top, you're numbing
forehead,
the whole face.
I call
it looks like a
Wonder Woman pattern because it's like the crown of Wonder Woman.
Oh, this thing here.
Yeah, the Wonder Woman.
And
pattern.
so what happens during this process? Very simply, it tightens the skin. What is it?
Right, it's a controlled heat that comes out of the needle that gets the dermis, which stimulates collagen and elastin, so it tightens the skin.
So like this, is there like a again an age restriction? Oh wow, this is like I guess this is the smile thing right here. They're pulling back the laugh lines.
Yeah,
I like the laugh lines. I don't like the crow's feet or the under thing. You know, do they do that for the owl eyes
as well?
I have like owl eyes.
Yeah, we can do your eyes.
Who's this hottie right here? Is that?
That is moi.
Oh, really? Hello. Hello. Just kidding. Anyway. No, so Ageless by MC. So they can go to Instagram and look you up and get your information there. And so you do work here. Where's your office at?
Tempe. I'm starting in Tempe.
And you just recently opened an office there, right?
Yes, a couple of weeks ago.
So anybody can come in and sign up for
plasma fibroblast.
Fibroblast.
Yeah, no, they have to book. I'm by appointment only right now.
Yeah.
So you just go to Instagram. It'll say book now. Just has my hours. Once you book your appointment, then I'll send you consents, forms, and then we'll take it from there.
Yeah. So as far as like this entrepreneurial thing, this is a brand new thing for you. You've gone to school and you got your license in plasma fibroblast.
Yes, certification.
Got certification, and you're going to get more certifications. But I think we wanted to spend the last part of today's show was more of like that journey, that kind of fear. Like it was kind of fear for you to come on this show today because it's something new, something unfamiliar. And I think really when it comes to businesses and people starting their own business, that is the one thing that holds them back. Right?
I wanted to call and cancel. I was like, I'm just not going to do it.
Say what?
Yeah, I was like, hey, I'm too scared. But then the moment that word came out of my mouth, scared, I'm like, I'm going to do it scared.
Well, based on our conversation today, a lot of things have been in your mouth. Roll it back. Like 2 minutes ago, you would have heard. Never mind. No, but it really is a scary thing to embrace and take on a new adventure and not know where it's going to go or if you're going to look stupid, basically, right? Am I going to? In your case, I know the beauty thing again. Like when you're selling beauty products or some sort of beauty anything, the degree of like always being on top. You always have to be on top of your game. The higher the heels, the nicer the dress, the more round the boobs, the more tighter the skin. That all kind of plays into how people judge you and really like if your product works.
In the beauty industry, it does.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Unfortunately, but
do you have that pressure though? Do you have that pressure to always be on top and like the lipstick has to be right, the makeup the light has to shine the right way? Did I get the lighting right?
Honestly, yeah, I do. Unfortunately,
Crystal said sign her up.
Huh?
Crystal said sign her up.
Oh, okay. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Let me know when. I'm there. Crystal.
Carity. Oh, she changed. Galindo. She changed her name again.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm not used to these lives. I didn't know people can interact right there.
Well, yeah, I'm reading this.
Oh, okay.
But no, I mean, like I said, there's a lot of pressure to be on top, and do you feel that on a constant basis? And I guess it's even a degree higher for an esthetician, and only because there's already a pressure for women. Period. Right. A lot of that has to do with the culture. A lot of that has to do with the projection of meeting a mate. A lot of women go out there and say, I'm not getting dressed up for anybody. I'm getting dressed up for myself. And that could be very true. But at the same time, it's we're still primal. We're still animals, and we still want to have intimacy. We still want to have a person that we connect with. And part of, our culture is to elevate women and to put them on show. And in order for them to connect with a man, obviously, I think, and you would likely agree that if you didn't put on makeup, if you just said fuck it and just wore nothing flattering, that you probably wouldn't be attractive to somebody else, and not just the business part, but just to another person. That you'd be out of sorts? No. Don't tell me. No. Correct me.
I feel if I could let go a little bit, then, I mean, trying to be perfect all the time or expecting perfection is exhausting. So letting go a little bit and then having someone accept you, I think that'd be so awesome because you'd be like, I really am beautiful. I don't need all this stuff, Do
you think if you were in a relationship that wouldn't matter so much?
No, I've always cared. I always worked out. I always took care of myself when I was in a relationship. So
I'm just saying, when you're dating somebody, you grab that extra bag of Cheetos, or maybe you have, instead of 5 fries.
I don't like Cheetos. I like Gardetos.
We can't get along. Oh, Gardena.
Gardetos. Me and my nephew were Gardetos. Yeah. So I don't know. It's hard to say. I guess I'd have to walk that journey to let you know. Once I do, I'll let you know, though.
Oh, so are you seeking a mate? Are you seeking a partner?
Am I?
I don't know.
No, I'm not.
Is that you just projecting that sense of hey, well, I'm not doing this? Just to protect yourself?
No, you know what? I'm embracing being single. I think a lot of women have this society tells them you have to get married, you have to have kids and have the career now to be successful. I think now women, there's a lot of single women, great women out there that are single. I think they should just embrace it and have it happen organically instead of having to go look for it. And then maybe they'll align to the right person versus just forcing it, just enjoy being single. It's very peaceful. I mean, I'm doing it.
I want to invite you back when you're in a relationship and see if this changes. We're recording this, by the way.
Okay.
So I want to see if this point of view changes when you're in a relationship. No, I don't care so much. Whatever.
I don't.
I had the lipo, and I let loose once in a while too. I'm like, I'm not gonna get as dressed up.
It would take a miracle from God for me to be in a relationship. It really would. It really would.
Which brings us back to the original thing. You are Jewish, and you're a Jew for Jesus.
I'm Messianic, which is different.
I have no idea what that is.
It's Christian. It's following the Jewish traditions, but believing in Jesus.
Yeah, Crystal says she'll take skincare with her boyfriend. It's cheaper. How is it cheaper, Crystal? You don't pay for anything as a girl, right? Or is that just me being chauvinistic?
Well, I really
do. You pay? Do you ever say, hey, you know what? I'll take the bill. I'm a strong woman. Give me the bill. Do you ever do that?
If I didn't like the date, I'd be like, I don't want you to ever call me again. I'm paying for this.
Am I paying for my water today?
Yes.
I didn't pass the test.
I see a wedding ring, though.
No, I know. I've been married since December.
Congratulations.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
I get around.
So you found the one.
Yeah, I found
how hard was it, though? Honestly.
I wasn't
43, right? 42?
Well, at the time I was 40.
Oh, okay.
So I wasn't even really, I mean, I was pursuing, of course, you're a guy. You want to sleep with every girl that has 2 legs.
Even at 40?
Maybe with 1 leg. Well, yeah.
That never changes?
No, God, no. God. I'm still 16 in my
head. Single.
Oh, whatever. Get over it. No, so I mean, I was I didn't really meet Violet. If anything, she offered a challenge to me from the very get-go. Oh. I was playing 3 house parties, so I play guitar. I was at the second house party that I was playing guitar for, And the woman that was there participating, she was just a guest. We started talking, and I was honestly leaving, but then she was interested in what we do here and all this stuff. So naturally I stayed. And she told me about her sister. And I'm like, she's like, she's a nice girl with a great personality. And then great personality in my mind is like, okay, she's fucking fat. So I'm like, okay, fine. Let me see the pictures. I saw the picture. I'm like, I'll give her a call.
Prejudgment.
I know. I am subject to it. I am an a-hole too. But then I called her, and then she's like, hey, she didn't. I called her that night. It was like 10 o'clock at night, which is probably the worst time to call somebody for the first time. Oh yeah.
Oh wow.
I was just leaving the house. I was on my way to my third house party. And so I called her, left a message, and she said, she called me like 1 or 2 days later. She's like, my sister's a little overbearing. Yeah, you can stop calling me. And I'm like, well, she said you're single. I'm a good talker, if you didn't notice. So I kept talking, and then we talked over the phone. We phone dated for 2 months before we actually met in person.
Oh, phone dates are awesome. You build a relationship, a friendship, and you're comfortable with them over the phone. That means you can talk to them over dinner, over anything, you know? Well,
I talk a lot too, so this shit don't shut up whatsoever, but Crystal knows. Crystal knows everything.
So guitar, I used to be a singer.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I had my own band. I actually also participated in what's that
Pachanga?
talent show
Pachanga?
called? And American Idol in Spanish. I made it to like the 4th round.
No, it wouldn't be American Idol in Spanish. It would be Mexican Idol.
Mexican Idol, yeah. It was Mexican Idol.
Mexican-American Idol.
It was fun. It was fun. I always wanted to learn how to play a guitar. Never got around to it.
It's actually fun.
Yeah. I would love to
compose. Well, if I would have known, I would have set it up before we started the show.
Oh, yeah. No, next time.
Next time.
We'll make a song.
Will there be a next time?
I hope so. I hope, I didn't really mess things up today. I'm a little nervous. Maybe I did. I should have had that whiskey. Oh, well. Just kidding.
No, she didn't. She
didn't. I did not.
Check her breath.
I did not.
She's had a lot of things in her mouth, just not whiskey today.
Water and coffee today. That's all.
That's it?
That's it.
You didn't have anything to eat?
No, not yet.
But anyway, no, that's fine. So Miriam Chavez is here, an esthetician, new in the business, new in the There was quite a few things that I want to talk about. We highlighted a few. If you want to check her out and get your skin done, skin tightened. Yes. We all love tight skin. One of the best times of my life is to feel tight skin.
Yeah.
Not now, because everything's just sagging like nobody's business. But head over to Instagram and check her out, Ageless_BYMC.
By Miriam Chavez.
By Miriam. That makes sense. It's all coming. You also check out Miriam here on Ageless Queens by MC on Facebook. I still have yet to do your photos. So we promised to do those.
Yes, absolutely.
At some point. And also, I don't know. This is your personal page here.
That's my personal, yeah.
I'm getting a lot of notifications. So Miriam Chavez here on Facebook or on Instagram. Let me get. I can't move anything over. Nothing works around here. But any last thoughts, Miss, before we head up? You have the floor. What is something profound in your mind that you want to relate to people and talk right here in this camera?
Oh, that even though I'm going through that emotional roller coaster right now, I'm doing everything scared out of my mind. But like Philippians 4:13 says, I can do all things through Christ who gives me strength. So I'm just hanging on that, and I'm going to stay consistent, and I'm going to do it scared, period. No ifs and buts.
No ifs and buts, unless you need a butt lift. So this is Rob Morales, RCO Network, coming at you live here on a Tuesday at the 5 o'clock hour. We're here talking about entrepreneurship, small businesses, and the things that people got going on. So thank you, Ms. Chavez, for coming on today.
Thank you.
Maybe we'll have to do this again.
Yes, absolutely.
You'll have to pick up the check next time.
Okay.
I'm not paying the bill. You're a dominant woman. You're strong.
Oh, yeah.
And you could do this shit on your own.
Absolutely.
And pay for it, too. We'll see you guys some other time. Maybe next week.